guys, it's HU01-PARASDAS and I'm actually from Yunson, and today I'm going to be doing a book review about my favorite book of all time, and it's actually The Jewel by Ewing. So I have this book on hand with me, so you can see that the book cover is actually really pretty, and it has the title here and Ewing here, and I'm not gonna really focus much on the physical appearance of this book because actually what you see on the outside, yes, it's super pretty, but what you get on the inside, like the whole plot, it's much more beyond that, and we're gonna talk about that later on. But yeah, actually this book has been published last September 4, 2014 or September 2, 2014. I'm not, wait, it was published last September 2, 2014, so it's been a long time since it's been published. So yeah, and this book is the first book in the trilogy of The Lone City, and I actually have the second book with me here. It's The White Rose, and the third book, I haven't read that. I mean, yeah, I was informed that this is a trilogy, but I wasn't informed that the book was coming out, so I mean, I didn't have the chance to get it, but I will soon find the book if they still have it in stores, in National Bookstore, because that's where I usually get my books, or Power Books, or Fully Book. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna focus on this book because this basically explains the whole plot of The Lone City. So we have our main character here. Her name is Violet Lasting. So before I move on to the more like deeper summary of the story, I'm gonna first read to you guys the synopsis. So the jewel means wealth, the jewel means beauty, the jewel means royalty, but for girls like Violet, the jewel means servitude. Violet, born and raised in the marsh, has been trained to work for the royalty, and she quickly learns of the brutal truths that lies beneath the jewel's glittering facade, the cruelty, backstabbing, and hidden violence that have become the royal way of life. When an unlikely friendship offers her an opportunity she never dreamed possible, Violet clings to the hope of a better life. But a forbidden romance changes everything, and suddenly Violet finds herself in a different kind of danger, one that may cost her more than she bargained for. So basically, this, if we're gonna put it in a real life kind of situation, we can basically use a literary approach, which is Marxism, and this book actually shows a very evident social class struggle. You may have heard about the marsh, and the marsh is actually a place wherein our main character is from. The marsh is the place wherein the poor people are from, so our main character is very poor, and the royalty lives in the jewel. So the jewel is actually synonymous with wealth, so basically all the wealthy people lives there, all the duchess, the royalty, the princesses, the electors and stuff like that. So yeah, they live there. And apparently these royals from the jewel cannot bear a child, so they have a problem with their genes, or like, I don't know, but it didn't said much here, or it didn't explain much here why they couldn't bear a child, but they can't. So the tendency is that they auction out, no, not them, but like they buy girls from the auction made by the South Gate. Then the South Gate is where the girls from the marsh trains their auguries, and auguries is actually their like superpower. I mean, it's not superpower, but like it's their ability to change color, change the size, and change what else? Change the shape of one thing. And apparently our main character, Violet, she's very good with changing the growth, or like she's very good with growth. So that's the third augury, and she's auctioned out as number 197, and the higher your number in your auction, the higher the price for bidding you are. Like, yeah, that's that. And our number 197, which aka Violet Lasting, she'd been auctioned out to the Duchess of the Lake, which is from the jewel, the royalty family. While she was there living with the Duchess of the Lake, she was, of course, growing out the child of the Duchess of the Lake. She was witnessing how cruel the royalties are, how mean they are to each other, and she noticed that being a royal isn't really good. Like, yes, you may have all the riches you want in life, but like, you don't have enough, like, you don't have good friends that really stick with you till the end. Like, that's that. And I feel like Amy Ewing really meant that thing to be evident to the readers, because it happens in our society. Like, if you're rich, you're only gonna be seen as a rich person. You're not gonna be seen as the person who has a kind heart, but just with money. Like, that, yeah, that's that. And sometimes even the poor people, they will do anything just to get the money, and it's sad. So yeah, money changes everything, and money changes the way you look at people. And in here in The Jewel, it's something like that. And actually, there's an insta love thing going on in this book, and it's it's not Jewel, it's Violet and Ash. And if you're fond of insta love, then this is a good book for you. But I'm actually like a fan of insta love because the author focused more on the social class struggle instead of the romance dilemma kind of thing going on. Because I mean, I'm so sick and tired of reading books all about romance, because like you can see it, you can read it everywhere, you can watch movies about romance everywhere. But this book is nice. I mean, it's like a mixture of Hunger Games and the Selection series. Like, if you've read that or if you've watched that, I mean, the Hunger Games has a movie adaptation already, while the Selection has been read by majority of the people. So if you put it all together, you get The Jewel. And it's a fast read, so if you have time in your sem break, then it's gonna be a really good read. And actually, I'm gonna add that this book is a dystopian book, so yeah, if you like tragedy, then this book is really good. Just don't get too attached with the characters, because some characters are gonna be, you know, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil a lot of things because I want you guys to really read this, and I'm not the type of person who would spoil you to be like forced or persuaded to read this, but I'm just gonna like give you the ins and outs of this. So this book has 30 chapters and it has 358 pages. And okay, my favorite part of the book is when Violet uses her augury, and I like that I memorized the kind of phrase or the saying thingy when I was reading this before, but right now, I mean, I just remember a few bits, and it's like this: once to see it as it is, twice to see it in your mind, thrice to bend it to your will. So she always say that whenever she's gonna do like her augury while she's practicing and stuff like that. So yeah, and also she uses her third augury, which is growth. Like, she's very good at that, to grow the child in her, because the Duchess of the Lake wants to have a baby already. Like, she wants to have a child so fast, and apparently Violet Lasting is very good with growth, so she can speed up the growth of the child. She can change the color of the eyes, the hair, and everything. Like, basically she can change the appearance of the child in her. And might I add, Violet is very good with playing the cello. Actually, the Duchess of the Lake pampers Violet Lasting, and she actually gave her a cello to play with. And the reason why she's doing that is she hopes that the child in Violet Lasting's womb would eventually like gain that talent, because that's going to be the child of the Duchess of the Lake once that child comes out of Violet Lasting's womb. Now I've already told you guys what I really liked about the book and why I loved it so much, and I would really recommend this to you guys. And okay, so I'm not really gonna change anything about the book because I really liked that Ewing focused more on social class struggles, except, I mean, instead of focusing on the love story of Ash and Violet. And I mean, that's really good, but I would actually recommend Ewing to do more books that is focused on the problems that we face in society, just like this, The Jewel one, and it's a very good book and it's a very nice read. Now that I've mentioned my favorite book, my favorite part of that book, I'm going to move on by telling you guys my favorite memory that I had with Miss Camille Faustina in her 21st century literature class this first semester in FE Labac. So Yes, Miss Camille is our advisor, and I'm very grateful to have her as an advisor because she's very approachable. Sometimes I felt intimidated of her because, I mean, she looks kind of intimidating, but underneath that intimidating outward appearance, she has a very kind heart, and she actually listens to people. She never let us feel that we're below her. I mean, like, yes, we have this like respect towards each other, but um there's no like social class struggle, if I may say so myself. But like, she's a very approachable person, and I really liked when she lets us speak in her class. Like, she lets us say our thoughts, even though our thoughts may be like all over the place. She actually helps us with that, and I'm very grateful to have her as our advisor. And she's a very happy person. She's not KJ. What else do I love about her? Like, everything. Like, she's very, very energetic person. She's a very well-read person, and I feel like you can talk to her about any book out there because she likes reading, and she's very good with poetry, guys. Like, she gave us like individually her advisory class, like HU01. She gave us, like, each of us a poetry made by her, and it's actually very sweet. Like, I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen an advisor or a teacher did something for her students or for her advisory class, and I think that's very sweet of her. So Miss Camille, if you're watching this, I mean, you probably are, and if you're watching this till the end, I'm really grateful to be in your advisory class. And I know that it's not an accident that we established a relationship with each other. And thank you for all the learnings, for all the memories. And yes, I may forget like some of the teachings that you've taught us, but all the memories, all the laughters, all the not KJ memories with you, I will never forget that. And I am so grateful to have you as my teacher, and I'm so grateful that I get to meet a kind person like you, and you're a very genuine person. And I know that there's more to come in your life in the future. And yeah, thank you for this opportunity that I get to say this very corny messages to you in your requirement. So yeah, but enough of that. I want to thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I actually have my own YouTube channel. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, it's gonna be linked down below, or if it's not, then just search on YouTube Vocals by Jewel or Jewel May. You will see my name there. Yeah, I'm gonna go now, and I hope you learned a thing or two from me. And Miss Camille, thank you so much for everything, and I hope we get to, like, I hope that you'll be our advisor still in the second semester. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys later. Don't forget to check out my channel. It's Vocals by Jewel on YouTube. So yeah, that's the teeny tiny plug there. So but before we go, I want you to remember that when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Bye.